Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak that's set to release on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC this summer. And finally, Capcom decided to finally go ahead and drop a brand new set of information as they went ahead and revealed they're going to be doing a Monster Hunter digital event featuring Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on March 15th at 7 a.m. Pacific time or 10 a.m. East Coast time. So this is going to be taking place really early in the morning for those of us here in North America. It's also going to be in the early afternoon at 2 p.m. Greenwich time, which is like GMT, that's like European time. So Europeans are going to have it somewhere in the afternoon. We're going to be having this event in the morning. Now, I know a lot of you had been waiting basically until the spring for Capcom to go ahead and drop information for this. I always told you guys to not necessarily take them at their word because spring could be anywhere from like April to like June. That was just going to be way too long. So they're waiting basically until like mid-March to go ahead and drop information. According to official Twitter account in Japan, it basically reads their information that they provided. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak special information will be taking place on March 15th. At 11 p.m. So in Japan, it's pretty late in the day. It talks about the latest information from Sunbreak, such as the latest video being released and production details are going to be announced. They also went ahead and put up like a little bit of a quick teaser trailer, I guess, showcasing just stuff that we've seen, nothing necessarily new. You're going to be seeing that looping in the background. But other than that, that is what they posted in the Japanese Twitter account. In the North American one, they put up even less information. The North American actually reads, tune into the Monster Hunter digital event, March 2022, for approximately 20 minutes of programming, including exciting reveals of new monsters, gameplay information, and more for Sunbreak. March 15th, and then the hours once again. They don't give us any more details other than that. However, they did post in a brand new link in the official Japanese Twitter account right after that, and in it we actually get a couple of brand new details that are not posted on Twitter, and of course not even in English as well. The translation basically reads, the video program for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak special presentation will be held on March 15th, which will provide the latest information for Sunbreak, scheduled to release in the summer. That's also going to be distributed. According to the information data, it says that in addition to the latest video release, we will be informing you of brand new Sunbreak details, such as new stories, unseen monsters, unseen fields, the new base Elgato, and unique characters. In addition, we plan to deliver the product contents of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. That's like a weird translation thing, so it is what it is. We are pleased to welcome voice actor Junichi Suwabe as the narrator, so please look forward to brand new details. So according to their official post blog, which I'm going to leave a link in the description below, this is all from the brand new updated blog that they just shared. It says that they're going to be providing us information with new stories, obviously some sort of idea as to what it is going on with presumably Rondin's sister, which the one character they have been teasing quite a lot. Unseen monsters, of course, that's expected. New fields, as in multiple. So that is the thing of like how many fields are there going to be? How many new areas are we going to explore? We don't necessarily know. They say multiple, so here we go. We're just going to have to wait and see. They talk about the new base Elgato. Obviously, we're going to have to see what they showcase regarding that. And unique characters. Now, we know at the very least 2 new characters that are going to be showcased on top of Rondin's sister. And that would be the ones that we just got as voice packs. So remember that those characters are also going to be appearing in Sunbreak as well. We got confirmation from Suzuki, the director, basically confirming that those characters will be making an appearance in the game as well in some type of form. So they will be at the very least voice and part of the story in one way. And they're talking about also providing, product contents. Maybe even, I'm presuming, revealing if there's going to be like a collector's edition. Maybe finally showcase the amiibos or something along those lines. So all those kind of details are the things that they're going to be talking about. Remember that when Rise was originally revealed, it was right after a Nintendo Direct. They showcased it in the Direct. I believe that Direct might have closed with Monster Hunter Rise originally, and then they transported right directly into like a Capcom presentation, and that was like the first time that we got details for Rise. So presumably this is going to be another one of those like Capcom presents, Capcom Directs type of presentation, where they're just going to give us more details on Sunbreak. And now we know, according to their information on the story, unseen monsters, new fields, which again is probably the more interesting one to me, specifically information on Elgato, unique characters, and presumably either the amiibos or whatever collector's special edition, maybe a brand new Switch with themed, stuff. Remember that they did release a Switch for Monster Hunter Rise as well. A Pro Controller was released as well, and tons of accessories as well for the Switch. So presumably they could now do that not just for the Switch but also PC as well, since the game will be releasing on both systems simultaneously. Now, I've already seen a lot of people starting to complain that 20 minutes is not enough time. They're not going to have enough time to showcase a lot of information, as I've already gone over based on just the details that they provided us with, which we know Capcom is very, resilient to provide more information that they really need to. We know that we're already going to get a ton of details regarding, this specific presentation. And I'm also reminded about the one that they did when they had Ichinose, I believe, doing like a little bit of an interview and stuff like that in that same presentation. And in that event, they went over a ridiculous amount of information that we didn't necessarily know about Rise. This was, I believe, right before the game originally launched. So 20 minutes doesn't necessarily tell me much, other than the fact that based off of the details that they're providing us with, we should be getting a hefty sum of information. Now, ultimately, I think there's three big topics that I think they need to hit, and they need to hit them hard. First and foremost, how many new monsters are there going to be? I don't necessarily think they're going to give us a number specifically, but I think a pretty hefty chunk of the information, like we're aiming for X amount of monsters, would definitely go a long way to get people riled up for this game, more than they already are. If they say anywhere from 5 to 10 new monsters that are featured fully plus, we've already seen 2 of them, then that's good. If they just make a more returning monsters, specifically monsters from World, if they make a old World monsters making a return to this new game, that's a little bit of less exciting, but it's still something that people do want to see, especially if it's the monster that they specifically like. So monsters always first and foremost the most important thing. The second thing, of course, is new areas. People want to be able to have places to explore, specifically now when we have this new format where we have wide open areas. People are able to explore them to the heart's content. You're no longer locked out to very specific independent pockets in the map. And, anywhere from 2 to 3, I think, would be more than enough. It would suffice. I don't expect that to be the reality of it. I think we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 at most, and that'll be that. And then, like I said, arenas separately for specific battles and stuff like that. I think that's more realistic. But if they give us 2 to 3 specific wide open areas, people should be definitely more than happy with that as it is. The last thing is that I see constantly being talked about over and over, and that's the fact that people just want Apex armors. Essentially they want what the equivalent of deviant armor sets, essentially, when they used to have their very own armor sets with maybe even better stats. That's what people are waiting for. I think Capcom is fully aware of that, because this has been a talking point for quite a bit, where people are just keep asking for Apex armor sets. They want more armor sets. We know that. Capcom knows that, because they keep dropping new armor sets. Remember, in the past 2 months we've gotten almost 8 different armor sets, including the layered armor options as well. So I think Capcom is fully aware that people want armor sets. It took them a while to get to that point. They're finally realizing that people, keep demanding more armor, so they keep providing it. Whether it is armor that you want or not, it's not really the point. It's just about, trying to keep people interested in one way or another. And in Sunbreak, I think finally providing Apex armors would go a long way to get people excited into the game. You're still going to have new monster armor sets. That's still going to be a thing. Maybe, of course, these subspecies that we now know are going to be part of the game. Those subspecies are also going to have their very own separate armor sets. That's all well and good. But I think Apex armors, if they reveal that, I think that's going to go a long way. Now, the real, I think, topping, I guess, the icing on the cake would, of course, be cross-play, cross-progression with PC and Nintendo Switch. That would be the thing that everyone would just be over the moon over, realistically speaking. But I don't think we're going to get that. I think Capcom has kind of just bunkered down in their whatever excuse, sorry excuse, that they have as to why they won't provide us that feature or those features, and at the end of the day we're just simply not going to get it. It's a bummer, but it kind of is what it is. So that's the presentation that we're looking at for right now. On March 15th, basically 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Get ready. Of course, I'm going to be going over all the details as well, everything leading up to the presentation as well. And if we get some details beforehand, you know I'm going to be talking about it. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications whenever videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.